At the turn of the 14th century, a small, relatively obscure principality began to rise in Anatolia. Over the centuries, this principality would evolve into one of the most powerful empires the world had ever seen, the Ottoman Empire. But how did it all begin? How did a small group of warriors become rulers of a vast empire that would span 3 continents? This is the story of the foundation of the Ottoman Empire, a tale of ambition, conquest, and strategy. Origins of the Ottomans. The origins of the Ottomans can be traced back to the late 13th century in the region of Anatolia, today part of modern Turkey. At that time, Anatolia was a patchwork of small, independent states known as beyliks, remnants of the once great Seljuk Empire. Among these was a small Turkish tribe led by a man named Osman, from whom the empire would eventually take its name. Osman's father, Ertuğrul, had been a minor leader of a nomadic tribe, but it was Osman who would elevate their fortunes. Osman began as the leader of a small principality on the frontier of the Byzantine Empire. This location placed his forces in direct conflict with the Byzantines, but it also presented opportunities for expansion. In 1299, Osman declared independence from the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, marking the birth of what would become the Ottoman Empire. Osman's early successes were largely due to his skill as a military leader and his ability to inspire loyalty in his followers. He led raids and small-scale campaigns against Byzantine territories, gradually expanding his realm. His soldiers, known as Ghazis, were motivated by both the promise of plunder and the desire to spread Islam. These early campaigns laid the groundwork for what would become a mighty empire. Consolidating power. After Osman's death, around 1326, his son Orhan took over the leadership of the growing Ottoman state. Orhan expanded on his father's conquests, capturing the important city of Bursa in 1326. This marked a turning point for the Ottomans, as Bursa became the first major capital of the empire. Orhan also took a crucial step in formalizing the structure of the Ottoman state. He began to create a more organized and centralized government, laying the foundations of the empire's administration. Orhan's reign was also notable for the establishment of the Janissary Corps, an elite infantry unit that would become a hallmark of Ottoman military power for centuries to come. The Ottomans continued their expansion under Orhan's leadership, taking control of much of northwestern Anatolia and pushing into Europe. In 1354, the Ottomans crossed the Dardanelles and captured their first territory on the European continent, the fortress of Gallipoli. This marked the beginning of Ottoman expansion into the Balkans, a key region for the empire's future growth. Rise of Murad I. Orhan was succeeded by his son, Murad I, who further expanded the empire's territories and solidified its military strength. Murad focused on consolidating Ottoman rule in the Balkans, winning key battles and securing vital territories. One of his most significant victories came at the Battle of Maritsa in 1371, where the Ottomans defeated a coalition of Balkan forces, establishing their dominance in the region. Murad also introduced new systems of governance and military organization. He expanded the role of the Janissaries and refined the timer system, a form of land distribution that rewarded soldiers and officials with land in exchange for military service. These reforms strengthened the central authority of the Sultan and helped build a more cohesive state. Bayezid I and expansion. After Murad's death, his son Bayezid I took the throne. Bayezid, known as YLRM or the Thunderbolt for his lightning-fast military campaigns, continued his father's expansionist policies. He focused on consolidating Ottoman rule in both Anatolia and the Balkans, bringing many of the remaining Turkish beyliks under his control. Bayezid also faced challenges from both internal and external enemies. In 1396, he successfully defended the empire against a crusading army at the Battle of Nicopolis, a victory that solidified the Ottomans' hold on southeastern Europe. The rebirth of the empire. Despite this period of instability, the Ottoman Empire ultimately emerged stronger than ever. Bayezid's son, Mehmed, reunited the empire and restored order. Under his reign, the Ottomans resumed their expansion, and by the time his son, Murad I took the throne in 1421, the empire was once again on the rise. Murad I reasserted Ottoman control over the Balkans and Anatolia, defeating the Venetians, Hungarians, and various other enemies in a series of campaigns. By the time his son, Mehmed I ascended to the throne in 1451, the Ottoman Empire was poised to make its most dramatic move yet, the conquest of Constantinople.